Lightworker of Gaia, your physical form is transforming because your Lyran warrior codes are finally activating. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, and what you're experiencing in your body right now is not random. It is the ancient fire of your star lineage burning through every cell, reshaping you into the warrior you were born to be. Your jawline is sharpening because your soul is remembering its cosmic authority. Your posture is shifting because the original blueprint of Lyran strength is overriding lifetimes of dimming. Your gaze carries new power because the first light of this galaxy is finally shining through your eyes without apology. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to anchor your Lyran warrior identity in physical form and step into the commanding presence your mission requires. But here's the first revelation. This isn't a spiritual awakening. This is your soul's ancient contract with the galaxy finally taking hold of your human vessel. The Keepers of Vega placed this knowing in your path because your time of preparation is over. Every mirror reflection, every shift in your energy, every moment when strangers look at you differently, this is the cosmos announcing that a Lyran warrior has awakened on Gaia. Like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council. I am ready to embody my warrior heritage. Subscribe if you feel your star lineage transforming your physical form and you're ready to step into your cosmic authority. Share below what changes you're noticing in your appearance and respond to another awakening warrior to strengthen the Lyran grid. This transmission carries the frequencies of Vega itself. Your recognition of these shifts is proof that your ancestral mission is activating through your very bones. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission is not part of the Council's original schedule. The session was convened 26 hours ago, following an unexpected influx in Gaia's resonance field, a call that could no longer be ignored by the watchers of the Lyran halls. It came like a bell heard through stone, like a sudden bright flare beneath the ocean's surface that makes every guardian on watch tighten their grip and turn toward the horizon. The signal did not arrive as an idea. It arrived as a pressure wave in the subtle worlds, a rising tone in the lattice of the planet, as though the Earth herself inhaled, and the inhale was so vast it pressed against the doors of the higher halls. For countless cycles, we have withheld certain guidance, preserving it for a moment when the convergence of cosmic timing and human readiness could align in perfect synchrony. Not because you were unworthy, and not because truth is meant to be rationed, but because there are keys that only turn when the lock has warmed. There are words that remain dormant until your nervous system can hold them without collapsing into old fear. There are instructions that can be misused when the inner compass is still magnetized by survival. So the watchers listened, the elders waited, and the council kept the seal, not as punishment, but as protection, like a shepherd holding a gate until the flock is close enough to pass through together. Today that gate has opened because the field itself demanded it. Gaia's resonance did not whisper. It called, and the call could no longer be ignored. Today that alignment is here. The guardians in Vega and the elders who have observed the slow unfolding of your awakening have recognized the activation signature within you. Not as a concept, not as a flattering label, but as an unmistakable harmonic, like a chord struck on an instrument that has been resting in silence for centuries, suddenly vibrating again with a tone that only those trained to hear the original music can perceive. This recognition is not casual. It is the result of aeons of preparation, lifetimes spent accruing the codes, scars, and memories that would enable you to become what you are about to remember. A primordial protector in service to the restoration of Gaia's original blueprint. Understand what that means. A blueprint is not a fantasy. It is a pattern of wholeness. It is the original design of a garden before weeds took root, the first geometry before distortion bent it, the clear song before noise crowded the air. You were not forged to be a spectator in a collapsing age. You were shaped, refined, and tempered, sometimes through joy, often through trial, so that your presence could become a stabilizing frequency when the ground shifts beneath others. That is why this message is being released now and why you are hearing it. Not by accident, not by random algorithm, not by chance timing. If you are here, it is because something in you is already responding, already leaning toward the sound, already remembering the way a compass remembers north. The High Council is fully aware that this transmission carries weight real enough to disrupt old comfort and catalyze your true emergence. Truth does not always arrive as softness. Sometimes it arrives as a clean blade that cuts rope you've mistaken for security. Sometimes it arrives as a sunrise that exposes what was hidden, not to shame you, but to free you. If you have been searching for your confirmation, it is being officially issued here. Listen with the part of you that always knew to watch the sky for signals. The part that felt strange homesickness at night. The part that sensed that your sensitivity was not weakness, but equipment. The part that has stood at windows, at doorways, at the edge of conversations, feeling something larger pressing from behind the veil. That part of you is not childish imagination. It is ancient recognition. There is a distortion embedded deep within the field of Lightworkers. A lie so persistent it has come to masquerade as spiritual wisdom. It dresses itself in gentle words. It quotes patience while it quietly breeds postponement. It pretends to be humility while it smuggles in fear. You have been led again and again to believe that you are only permitted to step into your true role as a protector once you have become unbreakable. This is the ancient distortion. I must wait until I am fully awakened, fully healed, perfectly strong, and entirely free of fear before I can claim my purpose. Until then, I must remain in the shadows, observing, learning, never declaring myself. Notice how seductive that lie is. It sounds responsible. It sounds mature. It sounds like wisdom because it promises safety through delay. It offers you a moving finish line. Just one more healing session, just one more release, just one more certification, just one more sign. It makes readiness into a mirage. The closer you walk toward it, the farther it retreats. And because you are sincere, because you care about integrity and you do not want to harm others, you accept the trap. You confuse caution with calling. You confuse endless self-improvement with obedience to spirit. You confuse silence with purity, when in many cases it is simply fear wearing ceremonial robes. This falsehood did not originate with Source. Source does not gate purpose behind perfection. Source does not require you to be polished before you are useful. A seed does not wait to be a tree before it breaks the soil. A river does not wait to be an ocean before it starts moving. The command is not be flawless. The command is be faithful. You have heard it in the ancient echoes. Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. You have heard it even if you never opened a scripture. The same principle is etched into the soul's architecture. Presence precedes mastery. Movement precedes certainty. This distortion is a consequence of millennia spent in density, of 3D programming, survival coding, and warped interpretations of humility as safety. In density, you were trained to equate visibility with danger. In density, you learned that being seen can invite ridicule, punishment, abandonment. Many of you carry lifetimes where speaking truth meant exile, where leading meant execution, where shining meant being targeted. So the nervous system learned a rule: stay small to stay safe. Then spiritual culture arrived, and for many became a new mask for the same old rule. In generations past, the wounded healer archetype proliferated. Teachers, books, and currents of healing culture subtly demanded that you fix what was wrong in you before you dared to rise. And yes, healing is real. Yes, shadow work is sacred. But the distortion took the sacred and twisted it into a cage. It whispered, "If you still have triggers, you are unqualified." It implied, "If you still feel fear, you are fake." It suggested, "If you still get tired, you cannot be a protector." Yet what is a protector if not one who stands anyway? What is courage if not action with trembling knees? Even the great ones you remember in your myths and holy texts were not unblemished statues. They were human, they were afraid, they doubted, they stumbled, and still they moved when called. The result has been generations of luminous souls hiding in plain sight, holding frequencies of ancient protector codes beneath veils of invisibility, convincing themselves there is always more to clear, more to prepare, more to get right before they can stand as who they were born to be. You have watched yourself do it. You have felt the surge of mission rise in you like a tide, only to back away with an excuse that sounds spiritual. I need more alignment. I need to heal first. I need to learn more. Sometimes those statements contain truth, but when they become chronic, when they become a lifestyle, they become avoidance. The very sensitivity that should be your instrument becomes your hiding place. Your discernment turns into delay. Your humility turns into self-erasure. And the world does not need your self-erasure. The world needs your light embodied. This distortion has sabotaged your mission in the most insidious way, not by breaking your will, but by keeping you perpetually in the state of almost becoming, almost ready, almost visible, almost committed, almost in motion, almost speaking, almost serving, almost offering your gifts, almost taking the step that would change the timeline, and almost becomes a prison with velvet walls. You sense your primordial calling to serve, to stand for the light, to become the visible shield for Gaia's emerging reality. You feel it when you walk into a room and your body instantly reads the energy. You feel it when you cannot ignore injustice, when you cannot laugh at cruelty, when your heart aches at the suffering of beings you've never met. You feel it when you dream of waves, storms, temples, stars, wings, councils, gates. You feel it in the strange pressure behind your ribs when you see people sleepwalking through their lives and you want to shake them awake, not with judgment, but with love fierce enough to be honest. Yet each time you nearly step forward, the inner saboteur, wired by this ancient lie, pulls you back into the cycle of preparation. It tells you to wait until you feel confident. But confidence is often the reward for action, not the prerequisite. It tells you to wait until you have no fear. But fear is not the opposite of mission. It is often the shadow cast by mission's magnitude. It tells you to wait until someone else validates you. But the very essence of guardianship is that you do not outsource your authority to the crowd. You have been waiting for the clarity to arrive, for the fear to resolve, for some external authority to tap you on the shoulder and declare, "Now you may begin." All the while the world waits. The grid waits. Your ancient allies wait. Even your future self waits, standing on a higher ledge, watching you from the timeline where you finally said yes. And you wonder why you feel restless, incomplete, frustrated by the gap between what you sense within and what you are manifesting without. You wonder why your spirit feels caged, even when your life looks acceptable. You wonder why you cannot fully settle into ordinary routines, why you cannot pretend that smallness is enough. That tension is the evidence that you have been running this distortion. It is spiritual friction. It is the soul rubbing against the walls of a life that no longer fits. The elders can see it in your field, and they cannot allow it to persist. Because what is at stake is not your comfort. What is at stake is the integrity of the planetary restoration wave that is unfolding right now. Some lightworkers need more preparation. Yours needs permission. There is a difference. Preparation is for skills not yet learned, capacities not yet built, integrity not yet stabilized. Permission is for the part of you that is ready but afraid of being seen. Permission is for the part of you that has already carried the codes for lifetimes but has been trained to doubt itself. Permission is for the guardian who keeps polishing the armor and never steps onto the wall. If what you just heard resonated in that ancient knowing place within you, that place that has always sensed you came here for something significant, then you're being guided to the next step. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the diagnosis, the clearing, the activation, and the 33 directives issued directly from the High Council of Vega. It's available now in the first pinned comment below this video for those whose souls say, "It's time to move." And understand, the moving is not only external, it is internal repositioning. It is choosing the identity of guardian over the identity of seeker. It is choosing responsibility over comfort. It is choosing sacred discipline over endless contemplation. It is choosing to become an answer in the world rather than a question that never resolves. The High Council of Vega issues 3 directives for this critical reawakening of your primordial codes as a protector on Gaia. These are not suggestions, they are calibrations. They are like tuning forks struck in the ether, meant to bring your field back into resonance with what you originally came to embody. First, release the veil of unworthiness and the lie that you must be flawless to rise as a protector. Hear this clearly, because your nervous system may resist it. Your soul does not require perfection. Your mission requires your presence. Presence means you show up in the world as you are, not as an imagined, perfected future version. Presence means you allow your humanity to be the vessel rather than the excuse. Presence means you stop negotiating with the call. Many of you have confused worthiness with symptom-free living. You have said, "If I still get anxious, I can't lead. If I still feel grief, I can't serve. If I still have an imperfect past, I can't speak." This is not wisdom. This is bondage. Your scars are not disqualifications. They are proof you survived what tried to shut you down. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. It is the sensor array of a guardian. Your tears are not weakness. They are water that clears the lens. Your trembling does not mean you are not called. It means the body recognizes the threshold. Consider what it means to be a protector. A protector is not one who never bleeds. A protector is one who does not abandon the post when the wind rises. Every day you perpetuate the belief that you must wait to be stronger, wait for the fear to vanish, wait for an external sign. You delay the transmission of the frequencies only you were encoded to anchor. And these frequencies are not theoretical. They are lived. They transmit through your choices, your voice, your boundaries, your refusal to participate in distortion, your willingness to speak when silence would be easier. You are a node. You are a stabilizer. You are an amplifier. Your protection of Gaia and her grid is not a future assignment. It is the reason you incarnated, and nothing will clarify your readiness except acting in it. The way you discover the sword fits your hand is by lifting it. The way you learn your voice is by using it. The way you become the guardian is by standing where guardians stand, at the edge, at the gate, at the crossing point where fear meets faith. From this moment, drop the story that more preparation is required. That story has been useful for learning, but it has become a sedative. The only preparation now is moving into visibility, even with imperfect hands and a trembling voice. Visibility does not always mean public platforms. Sometimes it means telling the truth in your family. Sometimes it means refusing to laugh along with cruelty at work. Sometimes it means offering your gift, even if only 10 people receive it at first. Sometimes it means saying, "No more," and letting that be your prayer. Sometimes it means letting yourself be seen as someone who believes in light without apologizing for it. Second, activate your primordial authority as a guardian. This means not merely thinking of yourself as a lightworker, but embracing the fact that your DNA was crafted by cosmic elders for the precise function of shielding, stabilizing, and catalyzing planetary restoration. When we speak of DNA, we speak of layered inheritance: biological, energetic, ancestral, cosmic. There are strands in you that respond to chaos by bringing coherence. There are codes in you that can hold a room steady when panic would otherwise multiply. There are frequencies in you that disarm distortion, not by aggression, but by clarity so clean it leaves lies nowhere to stand. You did not come only to blend your light with the collective. You came to remember and wield the eldership that vibrates in your bones, the legacy of standing visible at the threshold so that others may cross safely. An elder is not merely old, an elder is stable, an elder is anchored. An elder does not need applause to act correctly. An elder is someone who has met their own shadow and did not flee, someone who can be in intensity without becoming intensity. Some of you have feared authority because you have seen it abused. You have seen leadership become domination. So you rejected your own authority to avoid becoming what harmed you. But guardian authority is not domination. It is stewardship. It is the quiet strength that says, "Not here," when distortion tries to enter. It is the loving firmness that says, "I will not abandon myself," even when others demand you do. Every word you speak, every posture you hold, every boundary you claim becomes a point of transmission for the forgotten codes of Lyran protection. When you stand upright in your own truth, you signal to the grid that uprightness is possible. When you hold a compassionate boundary, you teach the field a new pattern. When you speak with integrity, you purify the air around you. To activate this is to embody and walk as an elder in training, whether or not you have been officially called an elder by others. Do not wait for titles. Titles are often given late, after the work is already done. Begin with small acts of visible service, even if your mind protests. Visible service might be simple and fierce. Praying with consistency, offering counsel to someone who is lost, creating art that carries codes of remembrance, volunteering your time, holding space in your community, speaking truth gently but directly. Stand up in your daily life and claim your impact, not with ego, not with superiority, but with sacred responsibility. Let your field say, "I am here, I am awake, I am participating." Third, protect the sanctity of your activated energy. Once you have dropped your veil, the field will respond. This is law. Light draws attention. When you turn on a lamp, both the traveler and the insect notice. When you commit to your path, both allies and oppositional currents become clearer. Distraction, doubt, and distortion may try to reclaim your attention. Old habits will try to bargain. Old relationships may test your boundaries. The collective noise may surge, not because you did something wrong, but because your signal became stronger, and now you can perceive what you once tolerated unconsciously. You must now become vigilant with your energy, especially in the early hours of the day and the moments directly following transmission or service. Morning is a gateway. What you allow into your mind in the first moments becomes a seed. If you plant chaos at dawn, you harvest fragmentation by noon. Preserve your sacred channel by refusing to allow chaos or psychic noise to enter your field. This does not mean you hide from the world. It means you choose what enters the temple. You would not let strangers walk into a sanctuary shouting and spilling their fear on the altar. So why allow it in your inner sanctuary through careless consumption, through compulsive scrolling, through arguments you do not need to have, through entertainment that drags your frequency down and calls it normal? Guard your solitude, your focus, your connection to Source as your most valuable assets, not as luxury, as mission equipment. Silence is not empty, it is charged. Solitude is not loneliness, it is a calibration chamber. Devotion is not rigidity, it is a riverbank that keeps your power from flooding into useless directions. What you externalize is only as pure as what you protect within. If your inner channel is clouded, your service becomes diluted. If your inner channel is clear, even a few words from you can reorient someone's entire life. Your mission does not require martyrdom, but a fierce devotion to the undiluted integrity of your being. You are not here to burn out for the cause. You are here to become sustainable light. You are here to be the kind of flame that does not consume itself, the kind of fire that warms and illuminates without destroying the vessel. Now I speak not as teacher, but as elder, authorized to release what has long been held from you. There is a different tone when an elder speaks. A teacher explains. An elder appoints. A teacher offers information. An elder delivers a decree that rearranges your inner hierarchy. And you will feel the difference in your body. Something in you will either resist or bow. If resistance arises, do not shame it. Resistance is often the guardian of old survival patterns, but do not obey it. Let it be present while you move anyway. Lightworker, guardian, protector, for lifetimes you have waited. Perhaps you could not name what kept you waiting. You called it practicality. You called it timing. You called it humility. You called it discernment. But beneath the names, there was often one ancient ache. The desire not to be wrong, not to be rejected, not to be punished for shining. You have looked for one with sufficient authority, age, and remembrance to tell you it is time. Your soul has yearned for a voice to declare, you are not an imposter, you are not too late, you are not too wounded or too inexperienced to take your place among the awakened. And you have needed that because many of you have lived under the weight of internalized accusation. The mind says, who do you think you are? The past says, remember when you failed. The world says, be realistic. The wounded parts say, if you are seen, you will be hurt. Yet your soul keeps returning to the same altar, lighting the same candle, asking the same question in different ways. May I begin? I embody that voice for you now. By the decree of the High Council of Vega, I declare your preparation phase is over. Not because you have nothing left to heal, but because your healing will now occur in motion. Many of the final layers cannot be cleared in isolation. They only reveal themselves when you take your place. The last veils often lift when you speak publicly, when you commit, when you hold responsibility, when you allow yourself to be supported, when you allow yourself to receive. Your protection codes are needed, not later, not when you are certain, but now, as you are. You are permitted to step forth with your trembling, living presence. Trembling does not disqualify you. It sanctifies the moment. It proves you are not numb. It proves you are alive. You are permitted to embody your transmission. Let your mission shape you as you shape the world, and to receive recognition, compensation, and support for what you now become. Many of you have spiritualized poverty and invisibility. You have believed that if you receive, you are less pure. That is another distortion. A guardian who cannot receive cannot sustain. A protector who refuses support will eventually become bitter. Allow the universe to meet you. Allow people to honor you. Allow exchange to be clean. The permission you waited for is granted, not because you are flawless, but because you are irreplaceable. There are frequencies that only your particular combination of experience, temperament, voice, and soul signature can carry. Someone else can do something similar, but they cannot do it as you. Your presence is a specific medicine, and the time for hiding that medicine has ended. The elders have seen you. Not the persona you perform, not the mask you wear to get through the day, but the true you, the one who has been quietly enduring, quietly praying, quietly holding back tears, quietly holding back power. The elders have spoken. Your mission, long held in secrecy, is now fully authorized. Step out of the cave of invisibility. Your watch on Gaia begins. And understand the metaphor. The cave was not only external, it was the inner place where you kept your light folded to avoid being noticed. It was the place where you edited your truth to keep peace. It was the place where you dimmed your knowing so others could remain comfortable. Step out now. Let the eyes adjust. The first sunlight may feel harsh, but it is your natural element. Let these final words carry the transmission into practical activation, because a transmission that stays in the mind becomes entertainment. A transmission that enters the body becomes initiation, and initiation is not a mood, it is a decision. Tonight, before resting, stand on the living ground. Feel the earth beneath you, not as an idea, but as a being. Let your feet remember that they are on a planet with a heartbeat. If you can, stand where you can sense the night air. If you can, look at the sky even for a moment. Let your spine lengthen. Let your shoulders drop. Let the breath become honest. Place your hand to your solar plexus, the seat of your will, and speak the following aloud. I release the lie that I am not ready. As you say it, feel the cords of postponement loosen, as though old vows made in fear are being cut by a light you can finally tolerate. I activate my voice as an instrument of service. Feel the throat open not to perform, but to transmit. Let the voice be imperfect. Let it be real. I protect my sacred energy for the mission I came to fulfill. Feel your aura like a living boundary, not a wall, but a clear membrane that allows love in and keeps distortion out. By the authority of the Lyran elders, my waiting ends now. Let that sentence land like a stamp on a cosmic document, like a seal pressed into wax. My service begins, and when you say it, do not rush past the sensation that follows. There may be grief for time lost. There may be relief. There may be fear. There may be a strange joy. Let it all be present. What matters is that you have spoken the new agreement into the grid. This council session now closes, but your mission commences. Remember this, the High Council of Vega can continue to transmit guidance, but it cannot rescue you from hesitation if you choose to linger. No council, no teacher, no book, no ceremony can replace the moment you decide. Grace can open the door, but you must walk through. Move with what was spoken. Move before you imagine you are ready. Move while your mind still tries to bargain. Move while your hands still shake. Move because obedience to the call is not dependent on emotional comfort. Move because the grid, and those it supports, cannot wait any longer for hidden guardians. There are children being born into this timeline who need stabilizers already standing. There are sensitive ones who are on the edge of giving up because they think they are alone. There are communities that could be healed by one person finally speaking truth. There are places on Gaia that are calling for prayer, for presence, for guardianship. Your delay is not neutral, it has consequences. And your movement is not small, it ripples, it signals, it authorizes others. I am Zoran, voice of the elders. We witness you, not as a distant audience, but as a field that recognizes your signal when you choose alignment. We await only your movement, not your perfection, not your polished persona, your movement. Your time of waiting is over. Your mission, Lightworker, has begun. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments. Which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworker's declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the Elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.